Hello everyone and welcome to my Joyful Adventure Audits channel. In today's video we'll be taking a look at the abandoned Brewer and Baker Pub on Ravenhurst Street in Camp Hill, Digbeth. This pub has quite a history. It was built way back in 1830 and used to be a popular spot, especially on days when Birmingham City was playing. Local residents have fond memories of having lunch and watching the games here. The Brewer and Baker was originally constructed on a terrace street, meaning it was attached on both sides to other buildings. But you'd never know that now. After massive renovations in the 1980s, it was left completely detached and isolated on a little island. The buildings on either side are long gone. Over 20 years ago, the Brewer and Baker closed down and has been abandoned ever since. There was a fire at some point that caused damage. Now the building is in poor condition with plants growing out front and decay setting in. It's a real shame to see such a historic Birmingham pub go to waste. As we take a look around this abandoned building, think about what could be done to restore or repurpose it. With some work, it could perhaps become a bed and breakfast, hotel, or something else useful again. What do you viewers think should happen to the Brewer and Baker? Let me know in the comments. I want to thank you all for joining me on this urban exploration. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Now let's take a look around this decaying piece of Birmingham's history. The Brewer and Baker Pub on Ravenhurst Street has sat abandoned for over 20 years now. But why was such a historic Birmingham pub left to decay in the first place? This pub dates back to 1830 and was a social hotspot for generations. But by the 1980s, things had started changing in Digbeth. Massive renovations altered the landscape. Factories and industry moved out. And then the Brewer and Baker abruptly shut its doors. It makes you wonder, could it have survived if it held on just a little longer? Pubs have always been essential community spaces in Britain. But habits and culture have changed so much in recent decades. With pubs closing all over, it's clear the ones that survive have had to evolve. The Brewer and Baker might still be around today if it had adapted to modern times. Upgraded amenities, food menus, entertainment could have kept it alive. But perhaps the business model was no longer viable in this location. Then there's the recent challenge of COVID-19. Pubs across the UK have struggled under lockdowns and economic uncertainty. The cost of living crisis has also made things difficult. Historic pubs can have high overheads. All of this makes running a profitable pub tricky nowadays. While sad, the demise of the brewer and baker reflects wider changes in society. As we film inside this abandoned ruin, we can reminisce about its heyday. But we must also look to the future and consider what it takes for the remaining pubs to stay open. They are important spaces for community and heritage. Let's hope they can stand the test of time, unlike the brewer and baker. Well, that concludes our urban exploration of the abandoned Brewer and Baker Pub. It's always a shame to see a historic place fall into such disrepair. But this video also serves as a snapshot of what it looks like now, before it potentially disappears forever. If you have any old photos or stories to share about the Brewer and Baker back in its heyday, I'd love to see that. Please post in the comments or send me a message. Hearing people's fond memories of this old pub helps keep its legacy alive. Also, let me know if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more urban exploration content like this on my channel. Your viewership keeps me filming and photographing these forgotten places. Be sure to subscribe if you want to follow along on future adventures. Tap the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Give this video a thumbs up and share it if you found it interesting. Your support really makes a difference for my channel. Thanks again everyone for watching all the way to the end. I'll see you in the next video as we discover more hidden history together. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.